If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I am Vinod Narayanan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. Bahrain condemned terror attack in Egypt. Oil and Environment Minister affirmed depth of Bahraini-Indian relations. Saudi schools remain shut in Makkah and Jeddah today amid heavy rain forecast. Dubai removed 30% tax on alcohol and personal liquor license to be free of cost. Canada and Australia imposed COVID rules on travelers from China. News in detail. Health services provided through hotline 444 moved to 8000 8100. Health services provided through the hotline 444 have been moved to the new Health Ministry number 8000 8100 commencing today, January 2nd. The new number, which will operate during official working hours from 8 am to 2 pm, will provide callers with a list of previously provided services and responses to enquiries, observation and suggestions. Bahrain condemned terror attack in Egypt. The Kingdom of Bahrain strongly condemned the terrorist attack which targeted a security checkpoint in the Governorate of Ismailia in northeastern Egypt, leaving a number of casualties. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs reiterated Bahrain's solidarity with the Arab Republic of Egypt in combating the scourge of terrorism, backing all measures to maintain security, stability, and the safety of its citizens. In a statement, it extended deepest condolences to the Egyptian government, people, and martyrs' families, wishing the injured quick recovery. Darasat Center concluded 2022 with remarkable achievements. The Bahrain Center for Strategic International and Energy Studies continued realizing its remarkable achievements throughout 2022, aimed at enhancing its successful professional path that qualified it to score advanced ranks among regional and global think tanks. These achievements fulfilled the Center's goals to expand regional and global partnerships, published several books, launched the Darasat Library, organized discussion sessions and various events on Bahraini and regional issues, creating a new directorate for historical studies, and launching an energy and environment program within the Studies and Research Directorate. Under the Events and Forums category, Darasat organized a forum titled Bahrain in Aviation, History and Prospects, held concurrently with the 6th Bahrain International Air Show 2022, in which historical and contemporary national aviation milestones were portrayed with the roles of major national organizations in this sector, demonstrating the Kingdom of Bahrain's pioneering status in aviation. The Center also organized a discussion panel in March on the EU and Bahrain, a multi-dimensional partnership to discuss enhancing bilateral relations. Oil and Environment Minister affirmed depth of Bahraini-Indian relations. Oil and Environment Minister and Special Envoy for Climate Affairs Dr. Mohammed bin Mubarak bin Daina received the Indian Ambassador to Bahrain, His Excellency Piyush Srivastava. The Minister affirmed the depth of Bahraini-Indian relations, commenting the efforts being exerted by the Ambassador to further strengthen the deep-rooted bilateral ties. He also praised the two friendly countries' keenness to constantly enhance relations between them. The two sides discussed a number of topics related to the oil and environment sectors, as well as ways to increase investment opportunities in them in a way that would achieve the two countries' common interests. LMRA, NPR and Muharraq Police Directorate conducted a joint inspection campaign. The Labour Market Regulatory Authority conducted a joint inspection campaign in the Muharraq Governorate in coordination with the Nationalities, Passports, Inter-Residence Affairs of the Ministry of Interior and the Muharraq Governorate Police Directorate. The campaign resulted in reporting a number of violations related to the labour market and residency laws and were referred for legal action. LMR stressed its commitment to report any violation through a continuous and intensive inspection plan in cooperation with the relevant government entities. Inmates participated in Holy Quran competition. The Holy Quran Affairs Directorate of the Ministry of Justice, Islamic Affairs and Endowments has concluded the qualification stage of the Al Ghufran section of the 27th Bahrain Holy Quran Grand Prix. Patronized by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the Bahrain Holy Quran Grand Prix is organized annually by the Ministry of Justice, Islamic Affairs and Endowments and the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. In this regard, Assistant Secretary for Islamic Affairs Dr. Muhammad Tahir Al Qatan said that as many as 163 inmates, including 154 males and 9 females, participated in the qualification stage of the Al Ghufran competition. The Al Ghufran contest is held in cooperation with the Ministry of Interior as part of efforts to correct inmates and provide them with an opportunity to learn and memorize the Holy Quran. Now we will be back after a very short break.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
The exclusive franchisee of Cochin Kala Bhavan in Bahrain, with over a decade of existence in Bahrain. Exclusive online regular classes have started for classical dances, music vocal, instrumental music, cinematic dance, Kathak, Zumba body fitness, karate and yoga, drawing, arts and craft, children's theatre. For more information, please call 3909 6845 3909 4806 38 85 2397 or visit www.bahrainmediacity.com.
Welcome back. Saudi schools remain shut in Makkah and Jeddah today amid heavy rain forecast. In-person classes remain suspended on Monday in all schools in Makkah, Jeddah, Rabiq and Kulais in the wake of the forecast of rainy weather. The National Center for Meteorology said in a statement that moderate to heavy rain will hit many parts of Makkah, including Jeddah and Rabiq. The National Center for Meteorology forecast also includes the possibility of torrential rain accompanied by active winds and showers of hail, especially in coastal areas of the Makkah region. Dubai removed 30% tax on alcohol and personal liquor licenses to be free of cost. Dubai has suspended the 30% municipality tax on all alcoholic beverages as well as the personal liquor license fee from January 1st, 2023. Personal liquor licenses will be free to obtain for those eligible to legally purchase alcoholic beverages in Dubai. A valid Emirates ID or passport for tourists will still be required to apply. A person must be at least 21 to drink legally in the UAE, and alcohol can only be consumed privately or in licensed public places. Canada and Australia imposed COVID rules on travellers from China. Australia and Canada have joined a growing list of countries requiring travellers from China to take a COVID-19 test prior to boarding their flight, as China battles a nationwide outbreak of the coronavirus after abruptly easing restrictions that were in place for much of the pandemic. Australian health authorities said Sunday that from January 5th, all air travellers from mainland China, Hong Kong or Macau will need to show a negative COVID-19 test taken within 2 days of their departure. Canadian authorities announced similar measures that will also come into effect January 5th in a statement dated Saturday, Associated Press reported. Australia and Canada joined other countries including the US, UK, India, Japan and several European nations in imposing together COVID-19 measures on Chinese travellers amid concerns over a lack of data on infections in China and fears of the possibility that new variants may spread. Death of former Pope Benedict overshadowed New Year at Vatican. Pope Francis marked the Roman Catholic Church's traditional World Day of Peace on Sunday, but the start of the new year at the Vatican was overshadowed by the death of his predecessor, Benedict. Francis presided at a Mass at St. Peter's Basilica as the body of Benedict, who died on Saturday at the age of 95, was being prepared for 3 days of public viewing in the same church starting Monday, Reuters reported. On Sunday, the Vatican released the first images of the late Benedict, showing him dressed in red and gold liturgical vestments and laying in state in the chapel on the monastery where he died. His body will be moved privately to the Basilica, unlike what followed the death in 2005 of Pope John Paul, whose body was moved in a solemn outdoor procession, which was televised live around the world. In accordance with Benedict's wishes, his funeral on Thursday will be simple and solemn. It will be the first time in many centuries that a sitting pope will preside at the funeral of his predecessor. Benedict, who stepped down in 2013, had been the first pontiff in 600 years to resign. Benedict was remembered in one of the prayers at the Mass. Stampede during New Year's event in Uganda killed at least 9. A stampede during New Year's celebrations at a popular mall in Uganda's capital, Kampala, left at least 9 people dead, including children, police said Sunday. The stampede happened at the Freedom City Mall in Namasuba suburb as revelers rushed to watch fireworks, the Associated Press reported. The Kampala Metropolitan Deputy Police spokesperson said the incident appeared to have occurred at midnight when an event MC encouraged attendees to go outside and watch a fireworks display. The Katwe Territorial Police are investigating the incident, according to an official statement. No arrests have been made so far. Police said 5 people died at the scene and 4 others died of their injuries at the hospital where they had been taken for treatment. There was no immediate information on other injured people. On demonetization, Supreme Court of India said no flaw in centre's decision-making process. The Supreme Court of India on Monday affirmed the Narendra Modi government's demonetization move in 2016, stating there was no flaw in the decision-making process. The top court said the centre had the power to demonetize all series of banknote, adding the November 8, 2016 decision can't be said to be unreasonable, nor was it hit by the doctrine of proportionality. The Supreme Court said it is not relevant whether the objective behind the decision was issued or not. The top court said adequate consultation took place between the centre and the Reserve Bank of India before the note ban decision. However, Justice B.V. Nagaratna differed from the majority view and rendered a dissenting judgment. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I'm Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.